70% cap. There are other people, I met during the course of the campaign, would say separated father.
I know, and we all know various problems.
No, but I ask you
it's really
important.
Colin Brophy of Fine Gael, in fairness to him, gave me a straight answer.
Yeah.
He says no as a constitutional right. What do you, John Lahart from Fianna Fáil, say to that?
Okay, if I say yes.
Give me your answer. Don't give me an if. Give me your answer.
What actual difference does that make? Because
give me your answer. Is it a yes or a no?
I would actually, yes, I do agree that everybody has a constitutional right to a roof over their head.
Okay, does Fianna Fáil propose that?
Hold on.
Does Fianna Fáil propose it?
We don't have at the moment.
Wait.
Where does that get us, Cormac?
No,
we still have to come up with a range of solutions in relation to this.
I don't want to chase you on this, and I don't want to chase Fianna Fáil on this, but give me your... All I'm asking for is your official stance. Is Fianna Fáil proposing that?
Look, I've answered.
Is Fianna Fáil proposing it?
No, Fianna Fáil isn't proposing it. Well, look, we have proposed a whole raft of measures to deal with the homeless.
So Fianna Fáil, as a party, is saying we don't think it's a right for people.
This is a philosophical argument now you're having.
It's not.
No, but in terms of the person who's in a hotel tonight,
it gets to the root cause of the problem.
Yeah, but it actually doesn't solve it. It actually doesn't put bricks and mortar on the ground.
It would go a long way to solving the problem.
It doesn't actually provide places for people, and it doesn't get people out of the particular hole that they're in.
The root of the problem is the fact that the right to bankers, developers and landlords to profit has come before the right of people to a home. That's fundamentally why we have rents out of control. It's fundamentally why we have people sleeping in cars tonight. It's fundamentally why you have 3 generations living in one bedroom in many parts of our constituency. It's because they don't have a right to a home. And so you put a right in the Constitution, and it means that it's actually an enforceable right.
And you say yes. I want to go to the rest of the panel, and please don't be as long as the other two. Sarah Holland, Fianna Fáil, constitutional right or no?
Yes.
A right to a house?
A right to a home,
Is Sinn Féin proposing it?
Well, that would mean obviously going to the people for a referendum.
Yes, is Sinn Féin proposing a referendum in that regard?
We're not proposing a referendum.
Why not?
We're proposing a referendum on repealing the 8th Amendment.
No, that's not what I asked you. And we're talking about housing here. Why, if you think it is, and if the party is so concerned about housing, and if that would solve the problem, why aren't you proposing it?
Tonight it is not a practical solution to the problem.
Wait, I'm asking Sarah Holland.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that if we make a commitment to start building houses and source the funds to do that.
That's not what I'm asking. Mick Duff of Labour, same question to you.
Cormac saying quite the same answer, Cormac. No, I don't. We're not proposing
not a
referendum.
Right.
I'm not saying it's not that it should never happen. Yes, it can happen, but let's not just put in. We'll put it into the Constitution, and then the very next day we have 40,000 houses for people. No, we don't. You go back to your initial question about where we were in 2011. We were in a situation that there was no developers in this country were in a position to build in any way, shape or form, because there was very, very few builders left. There was no money coming from any banks to the builders. But it comes back down to the fundamental at the bottom line.
It comes to where you put resources, surely.
Well, it obviously does, and I think, in fairness, and I'm going back to South Dublin County Council again, and we'll talk about people sleeping in cars or people sleeping on the streets or whatever. Every person, there is an answer, a temporary answer, I do agree, but there's an answer for everybody in that situation. We have the provision, the temporary housing provision. I know they're hotel rooms, but you get people out of cars and you get them into hotels.
That's not good enough.
It's not the permanent answer, but you're part of that answer.
But it becomes
you're part of the council's answer.
Let Catherine Zappone answer that question.
Can I just finish the point, Cormac, though? I mean, we talked about modular housing. We brought modular housing in before the council. And Sarah, Sinn Féin said no. Absolutely. And outside of anything else, based on the simple fact that people could be left there, if a good, modern, modular house was a person's home and it was guaranteed 30 years or longer, is there a homeless family out there tonight that said, I wouldn't take that?
I have reservations.
We talked about the price of it. We talked about the cost of 100,000
Sarah, have you changed your mind on modular
homes? But I mean, at
no,
the end
still
of
have
the day,
reservations.
that was the Ballymun situation because we were trying to put houses into Ballymun.
Sorry, I'd like to come here because I haven't answered the question yet. I suppose I was a member of the Constitutional Convention that considered the issue of whether or not a number of citizens and politicians of whether or not we should put economic, social and cultural rights into our Constitution. And the right to housing is an economic and social right. And the Constitutional recommended